You're back. The Watercolor Westport Stories podcast has captured your imagination, and we're so happy you're here with us today. We are going to introduce you to someone who works and contributes to the village life in a very unique way, and a delicious way, actually. So it's really a joy for us to have Jenny with us from the Forno Bakery and Sourdough Pizzeria, where they brew up delicious coffee, and it's just really great to sit down and to chat with you. So welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, thanks for being here. You know, part of the inspiration of this podcast is to get just that opportunity to tell our own stories. People that live in Westport, that have come to work here, like yourself, that are contributing to the really beautiful fabric of life that this place is. And so, yeah, we just loved for you to share what you'd like to tell us about your story of how you got here. And
sure. We moved to the area 5 years ago. We were living in Portugal at the time. Wow. And my in-laws had recently moved close to Westport, and we were had to move back to Canada because of the pandemic and our work situation. And they loved it. They loved it here. So we decided to make this our home as well.
Wow.
So we live about 15 minutes outside the village, but soon became clear that Westport was the hub of where we wanted to be as our community.
Very interesting. So you were living in Portugal before you came here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were living there for a couple of years after our son was born. We took the opportunity to change things up a little. We moved to Portugal with our 3-month baby, and to the village. My parents lived there. So yeah, we moved to their village and started out with grand ideas of moving around Europe every few months, and then quickly realized having a baby changes things a little. So yeah, my husband got back from his first rotation of working away and this is pretty perfect. Our son's here, our dog's here. This is good for us. So we had a wonderful few years living there close to my parents, and just enjoying Portuguese village life. So
yes. And it is a beautiful way of life. Actually, both Stephen with his wife Diana and myself with my husband have recently been to Portugal and really enjoyed it. Just the history, the architecture, the people, the food.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So did you get your training there then to bake?
No, only by eating.
Okay.
We just got used to walking down to our village bakery every morning for fresh bread.
Yes.
And then when we moved back to Canada, it was a bit of a shock that obviously that way of life isn't always available, and we've chosen to be. It's kind of how Forno came to be. We missed Portuguese bread, so started trying to figure out how to make it. In Portugal and a lot of European countries, proper bread is, they don't refer to it as sourdough, but everything is naturally leavened rather than commercial yeast. So that's the bread we were used to eating there. So
interesting. Oh. And it's not, they don't expect that their bread will sit on the shelf for a week and stay fresh.
Exactly, yeah. Every day we go down and get what we needed for the day or use for toast, so. Yeah, it'll quickly harden to become something else. Yes. We'll do for toast for the next day. But
yeah, that's right. Wow. And so did you lean into your educational training to start a bakery?
Not exact. Well, I was a geologist before I did this.
Okay, we need 2 podcast episodes. I can tell right now there's going to be way too much to talk about. Okay, a geologist turned baker.
Yes.
Okay, help me understand.
So a few people have asked that, and then recently I'm like, well, it's all about rocks, bread. It's all time and temperature based. It's science, right? Both have a little flutter of interpretation of artistic.
Yes, thankfully the fermentation process is faster than the sedimentary process that requires thousands of years.
Yes, yeah, coming from that background, but nothing to do with my formal education training. Just always loved to cook and
make bread.
And then apparently, started learning to make bread because we missed it. And my husband and I have always made pizzas. together as well.
Okay.
And had wood-fired ovens, so it just kind of was the natural progression of
Amazing.
start with bread, and then we added pizzas. When I originally started at Westport Market,
Okay.
doing everything as a home-based business. So yeah.
So the early days were very different than they are today, because today you have a beautiful cafe, restaurant,
Yes.
full service dining experience, gorgeous decor. I loved the outdoor garden in the summertime where you're surrounded by all these herbs. I was eating my pizza thinking, I smell the fresh basil and the thyme just, over my shoulder. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we wanted them, rather than going in a different direction for foliage, might as well use the things that we plant, the things that we use every day, and for food.
So it's purposeful then, you're actually harvesting.
Yeah, we go out there and grab what we need. Starting to worry about now that I think we're going to have a frost tonight, to see where we can fit them inside, because it does get a lot of sun. So we did have some herbs inside last year, but we also didn't have all the tables. So we'll try and keep some stuff going over winter. But
maybe some hanging baskets or something.
Somewhere. We'll find a spot.
They're beautiful.
There's things that you need to make room for.
For sure. And what was the inspiration to adding to the village of Westport? I mean, you've obviously you did the farmers market first, but we're just really seeing, the new possibilities that are growing within the village. And
and I think that was it. I started actually selling produce from my garden to friends and neighbours, and then I added the bread to that, and then I added frozen sourdough pizzas to that, and immediately the bread and the pizzas were outstripped the produce.
Okay.
And of course, around here, lots of people do have gardens, and it's a joy to people to be able to grow their own food. And it's a lot of work to grow it, to sell it at the scale I was doing. So then when I started at the market, it became quickly apparent that there was a real want in the community, and everybody was just so positive about what I was bringing, that the opportunity to buy the building that we were in came up, and we decided to go for it because we just saw a gap, something to bring something different to the village, and it's amazing to be able to contribute to the community, and that's really what makes it, is seeing all of our regulars that come through, and a lot that can walk
right, because you're
right here. We have a lot of people from Watercolor that come for coffee and bread and lunch and then dinner, of course. But
that's really beautiful. Did you bring recipes from afar, or have you sort of formulated the recipes within your own kitchen?
The bread is just you start out with different recipes, and then we adjust and get to where we want to be. For the pizza toppings and different things that we do, is inspiration from places we've traveled, and the salad, the only salad we have on the menu right now, because there's not been a good summer for mixed green production locally. We try and use as much local produce as possible. Okay. So the salad that we have is the way that my mum would make that particular salad.
Nice.
There's the inspiration from people that work there as well, and different places they've been
your own palate.
Just kind of bring things from everyone. Yeah.
Well, I noticed when I dined there that I believe one of the servers mentioned that but the cured meats and the cheeses are imported from afar.
Some of them, yeah. Okay. So we do use a lot of the meats that go onto our pizzas and sandwiches are from Creel and Gambrel, which are local, and they do a really.
Sorry, who are they?
Creel and Gambrel.
Creel and Gambrel.
Gambrels. Yeah, they're near Kingston. They do the most amazing cured meats, including ones that are just as high quality as the best Northern Italian speck, and I think so anyway.
Yes. Well, I did have the pizza that had the speck on it, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Other ones we do bring in, the chorizo we use is Spanish, because you can't really, with the good bolota, I don't know if you've had bolota, like jamon de bolota or chorizo. No. Yeah, it's just an incredible taste from these pigs that are a particular breed of pigs that live amongst oak trees, so they feed on acorns. and the taste of the meat is unlike anything else. So we make some like we try and stay local, but also recognize that there are certain products that are just unique to the place that they're from, and so it's worth bringing those in.
Yeah, well, it elevates the experience for the diner, and you're providing something that is unique, right?
Yeah.
And that's that's really beautiful. When it comes to the sourdough,
yes,
I know I did a sourdough workshop, and I learned about all of the variants that contribute to sourdough. So elevation, humidity in the room.
So, I mean,
it's such a science. It must be challenging. Yeah. What does Westport have in terms of its geography and your location that make the sourdough bread unique?
I created the starter from where we live on bakery dough, at home. So the yeast that are in our starter are of the area.
Okay. So you didn't bring something in from elsewhere?
No, I started from scratch several years ago.
And you're still working with the same starter?
Yep.
That's just fantastic. To get the consistency over that kind of volume is really not an easy task.
Yeah, we just need to adjust. Now the temperatures are getting cooler, obviously, then how we treat it and the times and the amount where we have to adjust to get the same consistent product. It's always these crossover times. You spend all summer trying to keep everything a little bit cooler and delay fermentation, then all of a sudden room temperatures going down and it's cooler overnight, so then we have to do the opposite. But
and do you have a consistent team that helps you with this? I mean, it's obviously too much for one person.
Yes, of
Tell me
course.
about what it's like to run the Forno.
We have the core team, Tanya and Eve, that work on the bread and pizza. Tanya's been working with me since I was a home-based business. So she also moved to Westport a few years ago, and maybe 2 now. And then, so she's been working with me since then as well. And then Eve joined in last fall when we first started getting going. And so she runs the day-to-day people process. So without those 2 ladies, nothing would be possible. Because it is too much for one person.
Shout out to Eve and
Tanya. So keep it going.
Yeah.
And then of course we have those the ladies that are behind the product.
Yes.
We have full-time servers and part-time servers as well. And we're just bringing in a couple new bakers now, which is great. The hours it takes, obviously the whole process is long.
Tell us what that's like. So what does it take to get a loaf of bread from the time you mix in the starter to...
Well, I mean, the process starts at least like 48 hours before it hits the shelf. So by building up the starter and then we make the doughs the day before, then they undergo a fermentation overnight, and then we shape, proof and bake in the morning. So every day that we're open, the process is started the day before for the doughs, but the day before that for the starter that's going to go into the doughs. Wow. So, and because Tanya's in there every day at 6, so obviously by 2 p.m, 3, that's enough. Like, which in the beginning when it was just her and I, then we were doing it was a little crazy.
Right.
But we're trying to make sure that everybody has a reasonable work-life balance, and we're not just open as long as we can be and making everybody run ragged. We want everyone to have a good life as well. Otherwise, everyone's got families and friends they want to be with and a home. To get the balance between offering something to the community, but also making sure that our staff all take care of themselves and their families.
Absolutely. Yeah. Did you have any kind of ideas of things that you, like if we were to peek into the vision of what this was going to be versus what it is now? I know there was a waiting period for that beautiful oven to arrive.
There's been waiting periods all along. But the end result is very much what I saw in my head when designing and planning it. I think what I didn't quite appreciate is just how many people it would take to keep that going on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, and we had ideas about everything that we wanted to do, but the reality obviously is, okay, we're going to add coffee. I've drank a lot of coffee. I've gone into a coffee shop. But,
Yes.
But it's another thing then to learn how to work an espresso machine. And again, we've been lucky with some of the people we've had that have worked, especially during the summer. One girl just figured it all out, and so got it to the level that it's at today, and wrote down how-tos for everyone, so now we can replicate everything that she was doing. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you just never thought of in the beginning, but when
You brought in a pretty mean coffee machine.
it's good. I also didn't realize how much of a headache some of these machines.
Oh, okay. So there's a dark side to this.
There's always things that need repaired and tweaked. But
where did you source it from?
It's actually it's a Spanish company that make a coffee machine.
Okay.
Wow.
But I got it from a Canadian restaurant supply company that I was just researching. It seemed to be a good model for our, because we're not just a coffee shop, and we're not a coffee shop in downtown Ottawa or Toronto. We're not going through hundreds of cups a day.
No.
So it was to get a medium-sized machine that would be good enough to do what we want, and also not take up so much. It is a big, decent machine.
Yes,
but
it is.
any bigger, and we wouldn't have any room for anything else. Or we're just trying to do a lot of different things in a small space.
Mm-hmm. Where do you source your coffee from?
From Propella in Toronto. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking for when I lived in near Toronto. I always enjoyed their coffee at our local coffee shop there, so I was looking for something different.
Yes.
And and they've got a great wholesale and education program, which comes in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they're sustainably sourced beans, and that's an important part too, the ethical part of things when it comes to what we eat and how we live on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stephen, did you have any questions or ideas of?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your family of origin. That was interesting what we were sharing just offline, where you grew up and how you came, a little bit more about that.
Well, I was born in England, grew up in Scotland, and then came to Canada originally in 2004 to do a master's in economic geology at the University of British Columbia. And so then I worked in mining and exploration industries for 15 years before we had our son. And geology is a lot of travel, and it's a lot of fun. It's obviously very enjoyable, and it was a rewarding career, but my husband's also a geologist. We needed an adjustment, but so.
Well, you're surrounded by a lot of wonderful geological formations in this area.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so I've been in Canada about 20 years, and we've moved around a lot for work, but very glad we ended up here, especially somewhere, because we've moved around so much for work. I said when our son hits school, I don't want to be moving, we just want somewhere nice, somewhere nice to bring him up, and I don't want to be bringing him up in the city. So we got lucky that my in-laws chose Westport, so then we could.
And so tell me about your in-laws. Like, you met your husband at UBC, I guess?
I met him working after, but in BC. He grew up in Oshawa. His parents were teachers.
Okay.
So they retired and chose to move to Westport.
Beautiful. What a beautiful story. Yeah.
And do you know what made them choose Westport?
They were looking at different areas. The few years before that, rented cottages in the general area, not necessarily Westport. And they had friends that lived near Shabbat Lake. So when they were looking to retire and leave Oshawa, they were just looking at different areas and houses and what towns and villages they were close to. And when they found their house in Westport, that was it for them, decision made. So
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Wow, I know.
And we learned from living in Portugal that especially when people retire or have a choice of where they move to, they've done all the research. So they pick the best spots.
Yes.
So we'd learned that from Portugal. So we just went, okay, we want our son to grow up near them. And so, yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing too, to be near to your family and raise him here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Did you think that starting a business in Westport was part of the big dream, or
No, it just kind of
happened?
One of the reasons we wanted to do it, though, was when we were weighing up what to do, and one of the big reasons was to be part of the community, to do something that was contributing to Westport and the area. Obviously, it's not the easiest route you can choose,
Right?
but it was important that was a big part of the reasoning of why we chose to do this.
Yeah, now that you have a physical space and you're not just at the market,
Yeah.
it's a gathering point. It's a community building place, people to meet and eat together. And
that has been very special over summer when the deck's been full, and just seeing everyone enjoy themselves. It's beautiful.
That is really, really wonderful. Yeah. Do you have, if you were to look back and say, what would it be like to start a bakery? What were some of the things that were surprises to you, that were positive things that you just kind of think, wow, I never believed that would happen to us, or because I know for Landark we have those moments where we think, we've just been blessed and gifted in so many ways.
It's the joy that people take from it that people are so thankful that we're doing what we're doing, and they know it's not necessarily easy, but every time we see it sounds corny, but every time you see it, not just a satisfied customer, but you really see people really appreciate what we're doing, or what we're trying to do. And just seeing people's reactions, and sometimes people are, especially if they've not had it before, it's a different style of pizza, and the way we serve it, they're be a little nervous, and they're just they enjoy it so much, and to see that and hear it it's rewarding.
That's really neat. Wow. Did you think that being a village, you live in the village, you work in the village, you have your family here, did you ever imagine that this would ever start to feel like it was not enough? Or do you find that there's enough going on?
Oh, there's enough going on. Yeah, no.
That's awesome. Because sometimes, people have that fear. They're coming to look and explore watercolor, and they'll say to, is there enough to do? Is there enough going on? Is this like a time?
I just don't have enough time. There's so much to do here. But it's a
vibrant place to live and work.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you settled on a good routine for your hours? I know sometimes people, when they're visiting us, want to know, when can they come and enjoy the restaurants in the village?
Yes, we'll be open. So we'll be open all winter, bar sometime around the holidays, because of the way of what we do. Obviously, it's days of work in advance. So
sure,
we want we want our staff to enjoy their time at Christmas and New Year as well. But we'll be open. We're open Wednesday to Saturday just now, and that will remain. So 9 till 3 Wednesday, Thursday, and 9 till 8 p.m. ish on Friday and Saturday, depending on if people are there and enjoying themselves. It's not a firm 8, and likewise if it's a quiet night, we might close a little early if it's a quiet time. But we have nights that it's bustling and still going. So with the evening hours, we just thought we'd see how it seems to be. 8 p.m. is the time in Westport that places open till. So we followed suit, but we'll see how that goes. And obviously next summer we'll hope to add more days. It's just a matter of getting the bakers and pizza makers trained mostly.
And do you cater special events, or do any kind of
we've done
pre-orders if people want to say they need some things?
We've provided some charcuterie plates for wedding, pre-wedding meals, and pizza dough balls actually for a wedding that someone was hosting nearby, and they have a pizza oven, so they wanted just 60 small pizza. They liked our pizza, so they just wanted. So that was actually our opening weekend. We also happened to time with that. So that was good. That was
That's a lot of dough to make 60.
Just as different things come up, then we'll adapt. Yeah.
Do you do any sweets in house?
We have a cinnamon bun, sourdough cinnamon bun, which is pretty popular. Next time I'm in Portugal, I have someone whose sister owns a pastelaria who will teach me how to make pastel de nata. I don't know.
Oh, you're kidding.
Because I've had them a few places in Canada, and they're not quite
the same.
right.
No,
so
I totally
don't want
agree.
to do something that's not.
It's the texture, that just unique flavor. It is, it's different there.
I'm hoping, it would be a nice, and I don't know, maybe it's just when you're sitting in the sun in a beautiful square in Portugal and you're having an amazing coffee and a pastel, then it may just be.
I don't know.
It may not be, we can't replicate it, but.
You're going to try.
But if we try, I want to try properly.
You want to try properly. I love it.
One of our hostesses here, Mona, she had been to Portugal a couple of years back, and then my wife and I went to Portugal this past winter, and unbeknownst to me, one of our homeowners, Peter and Linda Minelli, they were in Portugal. And so we were staying in one town and they were staying in another, but we went to discover another beach and go for a walk along the beach, and sure enough we bumped into Peter and Linda Minelli in the middle of nowhere, Portugal, on the opposite sides of the earth.
Where were you?
I'm trying to think back to the names of the towns, but they escape me right now under the pressure of the lights and the camera, of course. But I just think so many of the homeowners have been to Portugal.
That's what I'm finding. It seems when we lived there was, we were the oddity being Canadians in our village. But now my dad still lives there in the same place. And so many Canadians traveling.
And it's the new
and I hear
Florida.
It all the time. Yeah, and people have realized it's a reasonable flight, and it's beautiful, and
it is beautiful.
Food's great.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. So I think you'd be very well served with watercolor residents swarming you, let alone half of Rideau Lakes Township of 12,000 people.
Yeah, I've thought about in the beginning, because I grew up going to Portugal a lot, and my son spent the first few years there. We all love sardine pate, and at first I thought I'd introduce that to our picky bits for an appetizer, and then everyone was like, well, sounds a bit tough. You either love it or hate it.
Same with octopus. Octopus is the same. It's love or hate.
But everyone seems to be traveling to Portugal and enjoying everything. So if we can offer a little bit of that
closer to here,
then
that's beautiful. That's really neat.
Because I was thinking for this podcast, maybe we could have Patrick come to your store and do like a little vignette of a promo of your store. So that people, we were just on CTV news, and it was interesting how they came and did the B-roll in the afternoon, and those were just pictures that they showed while we were being interviewed or while we were chatting. And I thought, Patrick could, do 2 minutes of B-roll so that people could get a sense of this amazing place. I even took our consultant of 26 years, Al Trellis from Baltimore, Maryland, there when he was here a couple weeks back. And our team went over, and I was so in awe of the changes you had made to outside. And I thought, wow, has this place ever come of age? Thank you. My hat's off to you. I think you'll
it's a long road.
I know it was a long road.
It's just nice to see it now, how I thought it could be, and
Yes, and just feel like the dream has come to life in so many ways.
Yeah, and of course, just opening this year, we had a lot of learning to do. We only opened in mid-May as the full restaurant, so we've learned a lot this summer. And we know we've missed out on, we just weren't ready for some aspects of the business. So we weren't even able to offer everything this summer that we wanted to. And we just added a bottle shop to our lineup. So
lovely.
Which is all wines that aren't available in the LCBO, because They're from small vineyards that just don't sell, small family run usually vineyards that we get through wine agencies and our wine negotiant. So it's just nice to bring something again different to Westport.
Beautiful.
And don't be daunted. As I was sharing, that same friend was questioning me why we didn't have certain things rolled out. And I just listened to a podcast this week from a guy, John Eldridge, and as he was sharing about his summer holidays, he felt God prompting him, you can't win a battle on all fronts.
Yes.
You know, you in startup mode, and I feel like we're in startup mode after being out of it, 10 years and getting back into it. Sometimes I share with Wafa, that she would like us to be further along the line of evolution too, with some of our showing what our 38-foot lots are like, or 42-foot lots are like, and the new homes that are attached homes now that are in the process of becoming single-family homes for phase 3.
Okay.
And that
Which
way,
are super exciting because the floor plans are unique and they're giving people opportunity to buy the right size house on the right size property and live in this fantastic neighborhood. We're just opening up more options, and I love that because I feel like I'm a visual person, so I can imagine when I look at a floor plan on paper, I can imagine what it would feel like to live in the space. But then when I walk through it and see the details and the architecture and everything else, I always think, we need to build another one like this because
I know,
I just love this one, I'm sometimes dreaming ahead of the game sometimes, but it's good.
It'll all happen.
It's good. We dream together, right?
And so one of the inspirations for this podcast was when I was mentoring some young home builders in Ottawa. I bumped into about Gary Vaynerchuk, and he started recording a video.
Yes.
One of the first video vlogs, a video log of what was going on in his life. And he helped change his father's liquor store in New Jersey from just a normal liquor store to wine library because of being able to offer a niche product that was just unique and different and one of a kind. And so I think he did 1,000 podcasts over 4 years, 250 podcasts. And the first ones look very different than, say, episode 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever. And so Rome wasn't built in a day, but your store is already so first class that I think anyone would be so pleasantly surprised that another thing that Westport offers.
Yeah. Really part of a beautiful village, right? And there's so many beautiful options.
Yes.
I think you have met that beauty at par, if not raised the bar for the dining experience that people can expect when they come to the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little taste of Portugal in Rideau Lakes.
Who knew, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story. My only regret is we didn't demand samples.
I realized I should have,
I'm joking.
And we got to shout out sourdough cookies even.
We have.
You make sourdough cookies?
Oh, we did last fall. Eve was making those, but then this summer's just been so busy.
Too much work.
And we're even now starting to think, okay, it's fall. We can start even used to do some flavored baguettes. But it's just been so busy this summer. It was just whatever we could make and so we were trying to just keep things as simple as possible on the bread front. But now that things are slowing down a bit, we can get back into some more like funner items. Different flavors,
Very nice. So I'll have to look for some new options the next time I'm in.
Yes.
Well, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed a little behind the scenes look into the life of a baker in the village of Westport, and you'll come and visit Forno. You'll find it just at the edge of our community here on Concession Street, and you'll be welcomed warmly and you'll enjoy a wonderful meal. So visit us anytime. We're open 7 days a week at the model home, and we actually have the opportunity to host you within the village if you choose to come see us. Our team has the capacity to share with you what are we giving away these days? We're doing a $50 coupon to dine in the village.
$50 voucher to be used at Forno's and lots of other great restaurants. And that way people, if they're going to drive from Ottawa, we want to, thank you for making the investment of your time, your most valuable commodity, and just give you a little thank you for coming.
Yeah, so welcome. Hopefully you'll see you soon.